everyone, this is Omegazula's channel, and today I want to show you the abilities of this hero, how their animation looks like. Greathoof Loriaka is a spirit legendary champion from Skinwalker's faction. Dancing to the sound of war, this beast forces enemies to move over with one devastating kick from her hoof. Greathoof Loriaka is a legendary spirit support champion, joining the Skinwalkers as the June 2023 Fragment Fusion. Leader of one of the largest cattle rustling gangs in Peltas, Loriaka is also known as the Greathoof, a title she claims as equal to that of any lord or potentate of any land. Her lair is somewhere in the Dawn Mounts, the range that separates the Stormwind Wastes from the Krokan Desert, bisecting the continent of Peltas. To the south is the great arena city of Velizar and the coast. Neither the arid Krokan nor the blasted highlands of Stormwind could support the prosperity of Velizar on their own, so the city relies heavily on import and trade to obtain essential foods. This includes huge numbers of cows and bullocks. The cattle are led east by drovers from the rich grazing lands around Tilshire in eastern Anhalt, crossing the Valdemar Strait by boat and into Peltas. From there, the wranglers traverse ancient trade routes from oasis to oasis across the inhospitable desert. Loriaka was one of these rugged drovers, facing constant dangers, stampedes, the brutal heat and dryness, predatory wildlife, and rustlers from among the native clans. These impoverished nomad rustlers eked out a tenuous existence between two harsh environments they ate or starved based on the success or failure of their raids. By contrast, Loriaka's paymasters were wealthy ranchers who were often insured against any losses, and she was paid her full wage so long as those losses were below an acceptable threshold. At first she hated the rustlers, but in time she came to pity them. When she let an emaciated-looking raider escape with one of the herd, the other drovers suspected these sympathies and treated her more coldly. Refusing to let her circumstances beat her, Loriaka continued leading cattle raids, for her transformation had only enhanced her capabilities in battle. For 4 years, her notoriety built and her leadership improved. By this time, the clan's leader, an aged man ready to retire, had seen enough and appointed her as his successor. Impressed by her prowess, several other nomad clans also swore allegiance to her. She gathered them in a great moot and proclaimed herself their Greathoof, styled after the military titles used by Skinwalkers in the Galen Pact armies. Her raider coalition is now more than a transient nuisance. It is a nascent war horde with reach all across Peltas. Greathoof Loriaka skills. Attack 1. Deprive. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 40% chance of stealing one random buff. Attack 2. Greathoof Stampede. 4 turns cooldown. Attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease resistance debuff for 2 turns. Fills this champion's turn meter by 10% for each decrease resistance debuff placed by this skill. Attack 3. Dance of War. 5 turns cooldown. Places a block debuffs. Buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also fills the turn meters of all allies by 20%. And passive effect. Hoofbeats. Fills this champion's turn meter by 5% each time an ally buff is removed, transferred, stolen, or expires. This was Omegazula's. Thank you very much for watching until the end. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Until next time, see you soon.